Attention passionate Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right, folks. Let's dive into some seriously intriguing rumors that could shake up the NFC West and, more specifically, give the Seahawks a much-needed boost on the defensive side of the ball. Word on the street, coming from sources close to the Jacksonville Jaguars, suggests that the Jags are open to trading Foyesade Oluokun, and Seattle is very much in the mix. Now I know what you're thinking. Another linebacker. But trust me, Oluokun isn't just any linebacker. He's a sideline-to-sideline tackling machine, a player who can instantly elevate the Seahawks' defense and give us that veteran presence we desperately need in the middle. The Jaguars, sitting at 3-7 and in full rebuild mode, are looking to free up cap space and draft capital. They reportedly see Oluokun as a valuable asset, especially since they're eyeing the future with their cap space of around $18 million, and they're also focused on fortifying other areas like their offensive line, which has been giving Trevor Lawrence trouble with 42 sacks so far. Plus, they've got emerging talent like Devin Lloyd, who's been solid with a PFF grade of 76, 8 and over 88 tackles this season. So it makes sense for Jacksonville to consider parting ways with Oluokun, especially if they can get a second-round pick in the 2026 draft in return. Now, let's talk about Oluokun's credentials. This guy is a tackling machine, folks. In 2025 alone, he racked up 124 tackles, 8 interceptions, 22 pass deflections, and a PFF coverage grade of 92. 8, which puts him in the top 5 among linebackers. He's been a force against both the run and pass. His run defense grade is 89.6, and he's forced 7 fumbles and accumulated 12 tackles for loss. Oluokun's ability to read plays and make plays sideline to sideline is exactly what the Seahawks need to solidify their defense. Remember, our linebackers have been a bit inconsistent this season, especially against the run, giving up around 4-5 yards per carry, which is near the bottom of the league. Adding Oluokun would be like bringing in a seasoned general to lead our defense, a guy who can plug gaps and make plays around the line of scrimmage. And that brings us to the impact he'd have on Seattle. With Oluokun in the middle, the Seahawks' defense could see a dramatic improvement. His presence could elevate the scheme run by coach Alan McDonald, transforming us into a top 10 defense. We'd see a reduction of roughly 320 yards allowed per game, and our third down defense could jump from 60% success rate to among the best in the league, potentially top 2. Oluokun's knack for forcing turnovers could be a game changer, adding 14 more turnovers forced this season alone. His coverage skills against top receivers like Daxon would also improve, giving us a more versatile and aggressive secondary. Especially with Devin Witherspoon now anchoring our secondary, Oluokun's addition would turn us into a 2000s Ravens-like unit, with Ray Lewis leading the charge, a true fortress against both the run and pass. Let's not forget the bigger picture here. Adding Oluokun could seriously boost our Super Bowl odds. Currently, they sit around plus 5,500, but with his addition, those odds could tighten significantly, maybe even as low as plus 1,800. Oluokun is the kind of player who can shut down RBs and tight ends like Christian McCaffrey, acting as a gap-closing, gap-filling general in the middle of the field. His leadership and instincts would give our defense a new level of confidence, and that's exactly what we need as we push for the playoffs and a deep postseason run. The Seahawks have been building a solid core, especially on offense with Geno Smith leading the way, but defense has been our Achilles heel. Bringing in Oluokun could finally give us that missing piece, that veteran who can anchor the defense and help us finish the season strong. Now, I know fans are always eager to see what moves will be made, and this one could be a real game changer. Oluokun's underrated talent is exactly what Seattle needs to solidify the middle of our defense, to be that imposing force that makes opponents think twice before running or throwing in our direction. Imagine the impact of having a linebacker of Oluokun's caliber lining up next to Jordan Brooks or even helping to develop younger players like Cody Barton. It's a move that screams, win now, while also setting the foundation for future success. And with the Seahawks sitting at 5-5, every game counts. We've shown resilience, and with a little help on defense, we could be on our way to finishing strong, making a serious push for the playoffs and beyond. Of course, no trade is complete without some questions. Would Jacksonville really part ways with Oluokun for a second-round pick? It's a fair point, but given the state of their rebuild and their cap situation, it's plausible. Plus, Oluokun's performance this season makes him a hot commodity, and the Seahawks would be wise to jump on this opportunity if it materializes. The NFC West is tough, with teams like the 49ers and Rams always lurking, but adding a player like Oluokun could tip the scales in our favor, giving us that extra push to stay competitive and maybe even leapfrog some rivals. So what does this all mean for us as Seahawks fans? It's exciting, isn't it? We've been waiting for a move that could really turn the tide, and if Oluokun joins us, it could be just that. It's a move that would energize our defense, boost our confidence, and give us that much-needed boost heading into the final stretch of the season. We've seen how important linebacker play is in today's NFL, especially against high-powered offenses, and Oluokun has proven he's capable of handling that load. It's the kind of signing that could make us believers again, a move that signals the Seahawks are serious about competing for a Super Bowl once more. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Seattle Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. This potential trade, if it happens, could be a turning point for the Seahawks. It's the kind of move that shows we're not just content to compete. We want to dominate, to make a real statement that we're here to contend and chase that elusive Super Bowl trophy that's been so long in coming since 2013. So keep your eyes peeled, Seahawks Nation, because this story isn't over yet, and the next chapter could be written with Oluokun wearing that familiar Seahawks jersey, leading our defense back to greatness. Let's get loud, let's believe, and let's keep pushing for that Super Bowl glory. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this team. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Seahawks.